Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how are you today? In today's video, I want to talk about a fear of mine that I had spoke about in a video that I did. And it was about food shortages that may be coming in 2021. And a lot of people are seeing them. They're seeing limits on food quantities, like how much you can buy at one time and things like this. Since I heard about this, I have not yet been to the grocery store, but I have been seeing them online, like from samsclub.com and things of that manner. That I have not checked like walmart.com or Aldi's or Target. But what I have been seeing is a message that pops up like by certain items that says, and I haven't seen this since the toilet paper craze last year. And the message that pops up says, due to high demand, this product may not be available or may be in short supply. Okay, so what are they saying? What are these stores telling us? Are they preparing for what is coming or what may be coming? Are they trying to prevent shortages? What's really going on? What is the story here? So thankfully for us, the only thing that we really have to worry about is filling in our gaps. And I know I reiterate that in just about every single video, but it's the truth for us. Now, for people who are just starting out prepping and things like that, I know that this is going to hurt you guys more than it's going to hurt someone who is like a seasoned prepper or someone who's been doing this for a long time, or even for someone like me who just really started back in July of last year. All I really have to do is fill in my gaps. Like when it comes to either the food prepper pantry or my HBA or the pet supplies or my cleaning supplies or whatever the case may be. So what I would suggest that new people who want to start prepping, what I would suggest you guys do is start small. Go by what their limits are, or try and find a store that doesn't have limits. Not all stores are going to be putting limits right away. Just because, say, Aldi's has limits, doesn't mean that Target's going to put limits. If Walmart has limits, try and go to, what's that other store, like Ollie's, do Big Lots, whatever store. Do you have a Publix near you? Do you have a Winn-Dixie near you? Do you have a Kroger's near you? So there's so many different stores that, just because one store is doing it doesn't mean another store is going to be doing it. So let's try and find a store that's not doing limits and try and stock up that way. Don't just stick to one store is what I guess I'm trying to say. So let's try, and if you're new, amping up your preps as much as you possibly can to what your budget will allow you to do. If you have received your stimulus check, please, by all means, use that stimulus check for your prepping needs, okay? As long as you are caught up on all of your bills, please use your stimulus check for your preps, okay? Now, for those of us who only have to fill in our gaps, let's do just that. Make sure you get your inventory sheets out or your prepper notebook and see what you have to either add or, just filling in your gaps, or be like, well, now that I have that stimulus check, now I can go get that water filtration system, or now I can go do this, or now I can go do that. Now is the time before the big day, January 20th. I should have said that, but I did. So now is the time to really get everything done, okay? If you're thinking about getting an alarm system like Sean and I just did, Now is the time. Secure everything. Make sure that you, your family, and your home are completely safe and secure. You don't want to take any chances, okay? Please, you don't want to take any chances. There is that imminent threat that someone could possibly come in and take what you have worked so hard to build, all right? Now, when it comes to storing your food, you want to make sure that you have Mylar bags, oxygen absorber packs, 5-gallon buckets, a food saver, the machine with the, the plastic. Okay, I love mine. I use that all the time. Make sure you have enough of your canning jars, your rings, your lids. Make sure your pressure canner is up to par and working properly. Or if you're just water bath canning, if you want to get a dehydrator, Walmart, $40 for my Presto. Love it. I'll never get another, another brand. I know there's like higher up brands and oh my gosh, they're bigger, better, whatever. I love the Presto. So that's what I'm going to continue to use. What else? But make sure that when you are shopping for your preps that you are price checking. Like I had mentioned in another video, the powdered milk, for example. The powdered milk is $19 at Walmart for the 4-pound bag, but yet at Sam's, it's $14 for the same amount, just a different brand. So these are things to really keep in mind. Do please use your coupons and any money-saving apps that you have on your phone. Like me, I love to use the Target app. Now on to something else that I would really love to talk about, but I had to wait a few minutes. With the recent events of everything that has happened, I found something that I would like to read out to you, okay? And you could take it, you can leave it, you can think what you want. But this has to do with the state of our country right now and what happened in DC. And I know this is a fresh wound, but this has to be said because I don't think a lot of people are remembering, but I remember. Okay. Remember in 2011 when tens of thousands of Democrats surged on the Wisconsin Capitol building in Madison, Wisconsin, and physically occupied it for more than 2 weeks. And what we were told was that this is what democracy looks like. Really? But if you also remember in 2016, when Obama was president and hundreds of the BLM blocked the interstate highways and violently accosted police, and they even, sad to say, killed some of them, we were told to assign the actions of one person to an entire movement is dangerous and irresponsible. Remember in 2018, during the Kavanaugh hearings, when a mob of Democrats stormed the U.S. Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C. and pounded their fists in rage on the door, and we were told that it's understandable. And remember last summer, the riots and all in major cities across the country when groups of Democrats marched in the streets, set buildings on fire, and looted businesses. They assaulted and they killed bystanders and police, and we were told that those were mostly peaceful protesting. And then when they seized several blocks of the Capitol Hill neighborhood in downtown Seattle, declaring it an autonomous zone, remember the gun ad deaths and utter destruction, and we were told that it's a block party atmosphere. And then when a crazed mob gathered after the Republican National Convention and attacked Rand Paul, I was watching that on TV. And we were told no justice, no peace. Remember how police were told to stand down? Governors refused to call in the National Guard, and Democrats paid bail for violent protesters who were arrested. We were told this is the only way oppressed people can be heard. Well, what about our voices? I have said before that I condemn this behavior, whether it be vandalism, whatever the case may be, okay? Lawlessness, I don't agree. But it's so hard to find words. It's okay for one side to do it, and it's considered peaceful, and it's considered their voices have to be heard. But when the other side does it, I think the real culprit here is MSM. They've been telling us for years that violence is the only way people who feel oppressed can be heard. It's the only way to get justice. And this is what democracy looks like. Well, if this is the way democracy looks like, can you imagine what socialism, communism looks like? I hate to sound like I'm preaching, but why is it okay for one side to do all the things that we were accused of, but yet they say it's okay, but for when we want to hear our voices to be heard, we're considered terrorists? It's un-American. But it's okay for them to do it. But it's not okay for our voices to be heard. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But someone's got to, right? All right, guys. Sorry for the tap dance. But sometimes I got to do what I got to do just so I can say what I have to say. I love you guys. I really do. And I know that you hear me. And I know that you guys share the same fears that I do and anxiety that I do and the same ideals. And have a great night. Stay safe, stay warm, stay positive, stay safe. Keep prepping.